Have you ever wondered what it means to live a truly resilient life? One where external events don't disturb your inner peace, where you find meaning even in challenges and clarity amid chaos. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers timeless wisdom on how to navigate life with purpose, strength, and calm. In a world full of distractions and rapid changes, the Stoic path invites us to return to what is simple, enduring, and within our control. This journey through the 50 Stoic rules will reveal the profound yet practical ways Stoic thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius found peace, clarity, and strength. These are not rules for rigid conformity, but guidelines for unlocking the best in ourselves. Think of each principle as a stepping stone, building not only resilience, but a deep sense of fulfillment. Join us as we explore these 50 guiding lights. Remember, the most powerful insights lie in how we close. Stick with us to the end to uncover the heart of Stoicism and its gift for your life. 1. Embrace your fate, amor fati. Imagine embracing every event in life, not merely accepting it, but genuinely loving it. This is the Stoic idea of amor fati, love of fate. Life's experiences, both good and challenging, shape us. Yet, how often do we find ourselves resisting them? Stoicism teaches us that each moment is an opportunity to cultivate resilience. Ask yourself, what if you could look at every setback as a stepping stone? Amor fati is about recognizing that even the hardships can mold us, and everything unfolds as it should. This perspective shifts your energy from futile resistance to meaningful engagement. Each situation becomes a new chapter, inviting us to see beyond our temporary discomforts and find growth within them. With amor fati, we turn towards life with courage. What challenge can you embrace today? 2. Remember mortality, memento mori. Consider the thought, memento mori. Remember you will die. At first glance, this may sound morbid, but it's a powerful reminder to live fully. When we acknowledge our finite time, trivial concerns seem to dissolve. How often do we delay our dreams or take our loved ones for granted, as if time were limitless? Stoicism urges us to keep mortality close, not to dwell on death, but to cherish life. If today were your last, would you waste it on worry or resentment? Memento mori challenges us to let each day count. When we keep this truth in mind, we awaken to the richness of every interaction and embrace each moment with gratitude. Are you living today as if it truly mattered? How would you act if every day held the potential to be your last? 3. Focus on what you can control. Life often seems like a storm, filled with circumstances beyond our control. Stoicism reminds us that peace comes from centering on what is truly within our power, our thoughts, reactions, and actions. Do we waste energy on things we cannot change, or do we direct our focus inward, where real influence resides? Imagine how different life would be if, instead of worrying about others' actions or outcomes, we concentrated on our responses. Stoicism teaches us to recognize and accept the limits of our influence, while making the most of the choices we do have. By doing so, we cultivate a calm, steadfast mind, undisturbed by the chaos around us. Today, ask yourself, what is within my control? Where can I focus to make a difference? 4. Pursue continuous learning. In Stoicism, life is a journey of constant growth. We are encouraged to remain perpetual students, ever curious about the world and ourselves. Do you view each experience as an opportunity to learn, or do you believe your understanding is complete? The Stoic mind is an open one, humble enough to know there is always more to discover. Every encounter, every challenge is a lesson in disguise. By pursuing continuous learning, we not only grow wiser, but also strengthen our resilience. Wisdom, in Stoicism, is not a destination, but a process, a path that deepens our understanding and broadens our perspective. So, are you nurturing your mind as you journey through life? How can you embrace a new lesson today? 5. Value inner peace. In a noisy world, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate inner peace, a calm center that anchors us regardless of external turmoil. How often do we let stress, anger, or fear dictate our inner state? The Stoic approach is to seek peace, not through avoiding life's challenges, but through training the mind to remain steady amidst them. Inner peace is a discipline, a choice to respond to life with patience and clarity. Imagine possessing a calmness that nothing could disturb, a mind resilient to the winds of change. Stoicism guides us to find this peace by aligning our values, controlling our reactions, and embracing life's natural flow. What if, the next time you faced stress, you paused, centered yourself, and responded calmly? Could inner peace become your strongest ally? 6. Adopt an optimistic mindset. Stoicism teaches us to view life through a lens of possibility, not limitation. An optimistic mindset doesn't mean ignoring hardships. Rather, it's the courage to see opportunity even in adversity. How often do we allow negativity to cloud our thinking, shutting off paths that could lead to growth? An optimistic perspective invites resilience, helping us to endure setbacks and face challenges with renewed hope. Stoic optimism asks us to meet life with a sense of curiosity and to trust that each experience has value. It's about seeking the silver lining, knowing that even the darkest times can yield wisdom. In what ways can you choose optimism today? How can you find opportunity within a current challenge? 7. Exercise self-discipline. In Stoicism, self-discipline is the inner strength that aligns us with our highest goals and values. It's the ability to resist distractions and stay true to what genuinely matters. Consider how often fleeting desires or temporary pleasures pull you off course. What if you had the discipline to prioritize your long-term vision? Self-discipline isn't about rigid control, but about guiding ourselves toward purpose. Through consistent practice, we develop habits that support our well-being and growth. A Stoic knows that self-discipline is the foundation of freedom. It frees us from impulsiveness and helps us focus on what truly fulfills us. Where in your life can you cultivate more discipline? How could this lead to a deeper sense of freedom? 8. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoicism, shifting our focus from what we lack to what we possess. How often do we take life's gifts for granted, feeling entitled rather than thankful? Stoic gratitude is about recognizing the richness of the present moment and the blessings in our lives. By focusing on gratitude, we train ourselves to see abundance instead of scarcity. Every small joy, every connection, and every lesson becomes a reason to be grateful. This practice not only uplifts our mood, but fosters a contentment that is resilient to life's ups and downs. What are you grateful for right now? How can practicing gratitude deepen your appreciation of life? 9. Accept imperfection. In Stoicism, there is a deep acceptance of human imperfection. We are all flawed, yet it is through these flaws that we grow. Do you find yourself striving for an unrealistic ideal of perfection? Or do you accept that mistakes are part of the journey? Acceptance of imperfection liberates us from the weight of unrealistic expectations, both for ourselves and others. It's a reminder that growth is found not in flawless achievement, but in resilience through struggle. Stoicism calls us to embrace our humanity, recognizing that imperfection is what makes us real and relatable. What imperfections can you embrace today? How can accepting these allow for deeper growth? 10. Prioritize essentialism. Imagine your life as a space filled with objects, thoughts, and commitments. Are all of them truly essential? Stoicism teaches the practice of essentialism, focusing on what is most meaningful and letting go of the superfluous. Many of us carry unnecessary burdens, filling our time and mind with things that do not serve our highest purpose. Essentialism is the discipline of simplicity. By focusing on what matters, we free ourselves from distractions and make room for clarity. This doesn't mean avoiding responsibilities, but prioritizing those aligned with our values. The Stoic path is one of purpose, and purpose requires focus. What can you let go of today to focus on what's truly essential? How might this shift your perspective? 11. Build resilience. Resilience in Stoicism is the ability to stand firm through life's trials, to bend without breaking. How do you react when life throws obstacles in your path? Do you see these moments as setbacks or as opportunities to strengthen your character? A Stoic views every challenge as a test of endurance, each difficulty as a chance to grow. Resilience is about developing mental toughness that doesn't waver in the face of adversity. We don't avoid hardship, but confront it with a steady heart, knowing that overcoming difficulties is part of becoming stronger. How can you use today's challenges to build resilience? What lesson lies hidden within your current struggles? 12. Take responsibility. Responsibility in Stoicism is about ownership, owning our actions, decisions, and their consequences. How often do we blame external factors for our situation? What if instead we saw each outcome as a result of choices we've made, consciously or unconsciously? Taking responsibility empowers us. It shifts our mindset from victimhood to agency, reminding us that our actions shape our path. Stoicism teaches that life's course isn't merely fate, but a reflection of how we respond to what happens to us. By taking responsibility, we become active authors of our own lives, grounded in integrity. What choices can you own today? How can taking responsibility lead to positive change? 13. Show empathy. Empathy is the Stoics' way of connecting with others on a deeper level. Do we take the time to understand the struggles of those around us, or do we only see life from our perspective? Empathy allows us to put ourselves in others' shoes, fostering compassion and mutual respect. For the Stoic, empathy doesn't mean compromising one's values, but honoring the humanity in each person. It's an acknowledgement that everyone is on a unique journey with their own challenges. This perspective not only strengthens our relationships, but also enriches our understanding of ourselves. How can you practice empathy today? Who in your life might need understanding more than judgment? 14. Embrace adaptability. Life is full of change, yet we often resist it, holding on to the familiar even when it no longer serves us. Stoicism teaches us the power of adaptability, of moving with life's flow instead of fighting against it. How do you handle change? Do you see it as a threat or as an opportunity? Adaptability is about flexibility and resilience, learning to adjust our sails rather than letting the storm dictate our path. The Stoic approach to change is one of curiosity and openness, knowing that life's unpredictable nature is part of its beauty. We find peace not in resisting change, but in embracing it as a catalyst for growth. Where in your life can you embrace change today? How might adaptability lead to new strengths? 15. Pursue self-reflection. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, a mirror that helps us understand our thoughts, actions, and motives. How often do you pause to look within, to assess your values, behaviors, and aspirations? Without self-reflection, we wander through life without a true sense of direction. For the Stoic, self-reflection is a daily practice, a way to grow closer to inner wisdom. It allows us to correct course, refine our values, and deepen self-awareness. This reflection isn't about harsh judgment, but gentle correction, aligning us closer to who we aspire to be. What questions can you ask yourself today to deepen your understanding? How can self-reflection guide you toward greater clarity? 16. Serve others. Service is a profound element of Stoicism, reminding us that our lives are not solely for ourselves, but interconnected with those around us. How often do we think of how our actions affect others? Stoic wisdom teaches that in serving others, we fulfill a higher purpose, moving beyond selfish interests. Serving others isn't about self-sacrifice, but about contributing to the common good, knowing that our well-being is tied to that of our community. The act of service enriches our own lives, fostering a sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we lift others, we too are lifted. What small act of service can you offer today? How can you contribute to a cycle of positivity in your community? 17. Balance, tolerance, and self-improvement. Tolerance toward others and high standards for ourselves is a delicate Stoic balance. How do you handle the imperfections of others? Stoicism encourages us to extend patience and understanding to those around us, recognizing that everyone is on their unique journey. This balance involves compassion without complacency. While we accept others' limitations, we hold ourselves to a higher standard of growth. It's a reminder that self-discipline is a personal journey and not one to impose on others. We cultivate an attitude of acceptance, aiming for self-improvement while honoring others' pace. In what ways can you balance kindness toward others with self-discipline? How can tolerance shape your path to personal growth? 18. Seek humility. Humility is a core Stoic value, the understanding that we are all learners, imperfect and incomplete. Do you see yourself as someone with all the answers, or are you open to growth? Humility invites us to approach life with a teachable spirit, willing to learn from everyone and everything. Humility isn't about self-deprecation, but about recognizing our limitations and embracing the insights of others. In Stoicism, humility is seen as a strength. It reminds us that wisdom is vast, and we are always on a path of learning. By being humble, we stay open to life's lessons and deepen our understanding. How can humility enhance your journey? Who or what can you learn from today? 19. Nurture relationships. Relationships are like gardens. They require care, attention, and patience to flourish. Do we take the time to nurture our connections, or do we let them wither from neglect? Stoicism teaches that meaningful relationships add depth to life, helping us to grow in compassion, empathy, and patience. A Stoic approach to relationships means being fully present and investing in those bonds that uplift and challenge us. Nurturing relationships enriches our own lives, creating a support system through life's joys and trials. We are not islands, we are interconnected, and cultivating these bonds strengthens us all. How can you invest in your relationships today? Who in your life could use a reminder of your support? 20. Practice honesty. Honesty, in Stoic philosophy, is the foundation of trust and integrity. How truthful are we in our words and actions? Stoicism emphasizes the importance of aligning what we say with what we do, for honesty builds trust, both with ourselves and others. Honesty isn't always easy. It requires courage, especially when truth is uncomfortable. But it is through honesty that we cultivate authentic connections and a life of integrity. For the Stoic, living truthfully means standing by our principles even when no one is watching, embodying trustworthiness in every aspect of life. What area of your life could benefit from more honesty? How does integrity guide your choices? 21. Develop patience. Patience is a rare virtue in a fast-paced world, Yet, Stoicism teaches us that it is essential for inner peace. Do you often find yourself frustrated when things don't move as quickly as you'd like? Stoic patience is about learning to wait with calm and composure, knowing that not everything unfolds on our schedule. By practicing patience, we cultivate resilience against stress and frustration. It teaches us to accept life's pace without forcing outcomes, understanding that some things require time to mature. Patience, in Stoic philosophy, is a strength that allows us to endure, keeping us grounded even when life tests us. Where in your life can you exercise patience? How can waiting with grace change your perspective? 22. Engage in mindful consumption. Mindful consumption isn't just about material possessions. It's about every choice we make, what we read, eat, and buy. Do you consider the impact of what you consume on both your inner peace and the world around you? Stoicism encourages us to be intentional in our choices, knowing that what we consume shapes who we become. Mindful consumption is an act of self-respect, aligning our choices with our values. By consuming only what serves our well-being and purpose, we cultivate clarity and reduce distractions. Stoic mindfulness in consumption leads to a simpler, more fulfilling life, unburdened by excess. What can you choose more mindfully today? How might this intentionality contribute to your sense of purpose? 23. Encourage curiosity. Curiosity keeps our minds open, humble, and ever ready to learn. How often do we close ourselves off, assuming we know enough? Stoicism celebrates the curious mind as one that continuously seeks understanding, open to new perspectives and insights. A Stoic's curiosity is not superficial. It's a genuine thirst for wisdom that goes beyond the surface. Curiosity allows us to engage fully with life, seeing each day as an opportunity to grow and learn. It reminds us that wisdom is never complete, that life's mysteries are worth exploring with an open heart. What are you curious about today? How can curiosity deepen your understanding of the world? 24. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness, in Stoic thought, is the practice of being fully present in each moment, free from past regrets or future anxieties. How often do we let our thoughts drift, missing the richness of the present? Stoicism invites us to ground ourselves in the here and now, savoring each experience as it unfolds. Mindfulness is a tool for inner peace, helping us appreciate the small details and simple joys around us. Through mindfulness, we let go of distractions and engage more fully with life, finding clarity and calm. For the Stoic, every moment is a gift, an opportunity to deepen awareness and gratitude. How can you bring more mindfulness into your day? What beauty might you notice by simply being present? 25. Cultivate simplicity. Simplicity is a form of freedom, a Stoic principle that encourages us to live with fewer distractions and more purpose. How often do we complicate life with unnecessary desires and possessions? Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes not from abundance, but from contentment with less. Living simply means focusing on what truly matters, letting go of excess, and clearing our minds and lives of clutter. By choosing simplicity, we create space for clarity, joy, and purpose. The Stoic path is not about deprivation, but about liberation from what doesn't serve us. What can you simplify today to create more space for meaning? How can simplicity lead you to greater peace? 26. Strive for balance. Balance is essential for a harmonious life, and Stoicism encourages us to cultivate it in all areas. Do you feel overextended in one aspect of your life while neglecting others? The Stoic approach to balance is about finding a sustainable rhythm, ensuring that work, relationships, and personal growth coexist without overwhelming each other. Balance prevents burnout and helps us avoid extremes, allowing us to enjoy life's pleasures without becoming consumed by them. It's a reminder that too much of anything, even something good, can disrupt harmony. Through balance, we build a life of steadiness and intention. Where in your life could you use more balance? How can a balanced approach deepen your sense of fulfillment? 27. Foster focus. In a world full of distractions, Stoicism places high value on focus. Do you find yourself pulled in multiple directions, struggling to concentrate on a single task? True focus is the ability to direct our attention fully to the present moment, setting aside interruptions and multitasking. Focusing on one thing at a time not only improves productivity, but also enhances the quality of our experience. For the Stoic, focus is a form of respect for oneself and for the task at hand. When we give something our full attention, we engage with purpose and depth. What task deserves your full attention today? How can focusing fully transform your experience? 28. Seek humility. Humility in Stoicism is the recognition that we don't have all the answers, and there is always room to grow. Are we willing to admit our limitations, or do we cling to pride? Stoic humility is a quiet confidence grounded in openness and a willingness to learn from others. Being humble doesn't mean underestimating ourselves, but understanding our true place in the world. Stoics view humility as a strength, as it keeps us receptive to wisdom. By cultivating humility, we remove the barriers pride can build, opening ourselves to richer experiences and connections. How can humility add depth to your journey today? Who might you learn from if you approach life with openness? 29. Embrace change. Change is a constant, yet many of us resist it, clinging to what's familiar even when it no longer serves us. Stoicism teaches us that accepting change is a path to resilience and growth. How do you react when faced with change? Do you see it as an inconvenience or as an opportunity? By embracing change, we become adaptable, like a river that flows with life's current instead of fighting it. Stoicism encourages us to see change as a teacher, an essential part of life that molds us into stronger versions of ourselves. The ability to accept change gracefully is a cornerstone of the Stoic mindset. What change can you embrace today? How might this acceptance lead to new strengths? 30. Harness the power of mindset. The Stoic perspective on mindset is profound. Our perception shapes our reality. How often do we let negative thoughts cloud our judgment or miss the good in challenging situations? Stoicism teaches that a resilient mindset allows us to view difficulties as opportunities for growth. By choosing a positive, growth-oriented mindset, we shift from victimhood to empowerment. A Stoic knows that while we can't control everything, we can control how we respond. This shift in perspective helps us turn obstacles into stepping stones and hardships into lessons. What mindset are you choosing today? How can your perspective transform your challenges? 31. Practice self-reflection. Self-reflection, a vital Stoic practice, is like a mirror for the soul, helping us understand our thoughts, emotions, and actions. How often do we pause to consider the motives behind our actions or the true nature of our desires? Stoicism encourages us to look inward, to understand and refine our character. Through self-reflection, we gain clarity and make better decisions, aligning our actions with our values. This process isn't about self-criticism, but honest evaluation, a chance to learn and grow continuously. A Stoic life is a life of awareness, guided by thoughtful introspection. What questions can you ask yourself today to deepen your understanding? How can self-reflection lead you toward a better version of yourself? 32. Accept imperfection. In Stoicism, accepting imperfection is about embracing our humanity. None of us are flawless, yet how often do we hold ourselves to impossible standards? Stoic acceptance invites us to acknowledge our limitations and learn from our mistakes rather than letting them weigh us down. This acceptance is liberating, allowing us to grow without the pressure of perfection. When we embrace our imperfections, we find peace and focus on progress rather than flawlessness. Stoicism teaches that true growth comes from persistence and resilience, not perfection. What imperfections can you accept today? How might embracing them free you to pursue growth? 33. Invest in learning. Stoicism champions lifelong learning, seeing it as essential for personal growth. Do you treat each day as an opportunity to learn something new, or do you believe there's a limit to what you can know? The Stoic mindset is ever curious, open to new ideas, and willing to expand. Learning keeps our minds vibrant and helps us adapt to life's changes. By investing in knowledge, we gain tools to handle challenges more effectively and cultivate wisdom. For the Stoic, growth is ongoing, an endless journey fueled by curiosity and dedication. What new knowledge can you seek today? How can continuous learning enrich your life? 34. Admire and celebrate others. Admiring others is a Stoic practice that builds positivity and strengthens our connections. Do you view the success of others as competition, or can you celebrate it without envy? Stoicism encourages us to recognize and honor the qualities and achievements of those around us. By celebrating others' strengths, we cultivate gratitude and break free from comparison. Admiring others doesn't diminish our own worth. It enhances our appreciation of human potential. This Stoic practice reminds us that we all have something valuable to offer. Who in your life deserves admiration today? How can celebrating others' successes inspire your own growth? 35. Cultivate unconditional love. Unconditional love is a rare and profound practice in Stoicism. Do you place conditions on your affection, or can you love without expecting something in return? Stoicism encourages us to develop love that goes beyond circumstances, valuing others for who they are, not for what they do. Unconditional love fosters deep connections and brings warmth to our lives. This kind of love is not bound by expectations but is freely given, embracing the uniqueness of each person. For the Stoic, love is an act of acceptance, a choice to be kind and compassionate without judgment. How can you practice unconditional love today? Whom can you embrace fully, just as they are? 36. Nurture relationships. In Stoicism, relationships are seen as essential to a fulfilling life, yet they require attention and care. Are you investing time and energy in the people who matter to you, or letting these connections fade amid daily routines? A Stoic nurtures relationships with patience, respect, and presence. By tending to our connections, we strengthen bonds that provide support, joy, and mutual growth. Stoic relationships aren't merely for personal gain, but are built on shared values and genuine affection. Just as we cultivate inner resilience, we should also nurture the people who enrich our lives. Who in your life could benefit from a little extra attention today? How can you invest in your relationships to deepen their meaning? 37. Practice punctuality. Punctuality is more than a matter of timeliness. It's a Stoic way of showing respect for others. How often do we overlook the value of time, treating it casually? Being punctual demonstrates that we value not only our time, but the time of those we interact with. A Stoic understands that time is finite and should be honored. Punctuality builds trust and reliability, creating a foundation of respect in both personal and professional relationships. By being mindful of time, we show consideration and responsibility, a trait central to the Stoic way. How can you practice punctuality today? How might respecting others' time strengthen your relationships? 38. Embrace graciousness. Graciousness in Stoicism is the art of responding to life's situations with elegance and calm. Do you approach challenges and interactions with grace, or do you allow emotions to take control? A Stoic practices graciousness as a way to bring poise and kindness into each moment. By responding to difficulties with grace, we cultivate a sense of maturity that helps us remain composed. Graciousness isn't about denying emotions, but mastering them, treating each situation with dignity. This Stoic quality enhances our character and improves our interactions with others. How can you bring more grace into your day? How might a gracious response transform your relationships? 39. Savor the moment. To savor the moment is a profound Stoic practice, inviting us to fully experience life without rushing to the next thing. How often do we let precious moments slip by unnoticed, caught up in past regrets or future worries? Stoicism teaches that true joy is found in the present. By savoring each moment, we cultivate gratitude and contentment. Every meal, conversation, and quiet moment can be a source of joy if we fully engage with it. For the Stoic, life's richness is found in appreciating the now, a reminder that each moment is fleeting and valuable. What moment can you savor today? How might fully engaging in the present deepen your sense of fulfillment? 40. Foster environmental awareness. A Stoic recognizes their role as a steward of the earth, understanding that our actions have consequences beyond ourselves. Do you think about how your choices impact the world around you? Stoicism teaches us to respect nature, knowing that our environment is a shared resource. Environmental awareness isn't just about conserving resources, it's about recognizing our interconnectedness with the natural world. By making mindful choices, we contribute to the well-being of future generations. The Stoic approach is one of responsibility, caring for the earth with gratitude and respect. What small change can you make today to honor the environment? How might cultivating environmental awareness connect you more deeply to the world? 41. Embrace generosity. Generosity is a Stoic value that transcends material gifts, focusing instead on a spirit of giving. Do you approach life with an open hand, willing to share time, kindness, and resources without expecting anything in return? Stoicism teaches that true generosity is rooted in goodwill, enriching both the giver and the receiver. A generous heart spreads positivity, fostering connections and lifting the spirits of those around us. Generosity is not about grand gestures. Sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness have the most profound impact. The Stoic understands that in giving freely, we create abundance in our own lives as well. How can you practice generosity today? What small act of kindness might brighten someone's day? 42. Cultivate inner peace. Inner peace is a Stoic pursuit, a calm that remains steady regardless of external turmoil. Do you often find your peace disturbed by life's unpredictability? Stoicism invites us to create a sanctuary within ourselves, a place of serenity that remains unaffected by external chaos. Inner peace is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to face them with a calm mind and steady heart. By focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, we cultivate a tranquility that sustains us through life's storms. A Stoic values inner peace as a foundation for resilience and clarity. What practice can help you find calm today? How might inner peace empower you to face life with grace? 43. Uphold integrity. Integrity in Stoicism is the alignment of actions with values, a commitment to living truthfully. How often do we compromise on what we believe in, swayed by circumstances or convenience? For the Stoic, integrity is non-negotiable. It's the foundation of trust and a reflection of our true character. By standing by our principles, even when no one is watching, we build a life of honesty and respect. Integrity isn't always easy. It requires courage to hold steady to our values. Yet, it is through integrity that we gain self-respect and earn the respect of others. Where in your life could you practice more integrity? How might living truthfully transform your relationships and sense of self? 44. Practice calmness. Calmness is a Stoic skill, an inner strength that allows us to navigate life's turbulence with poise. Do you remain calm in the face of stress, or do you let emotions dictate your actions? Stoicism encourages us to develop a steady mind, resilient to the chaos around us. Calmness helps us make clearer, wiser decisions, unclouded by impulsive reactions. By training ourselves to stay centered, we create a space of clarity and strength. A Stoic views calmness not as detachment, but as mastery over one's thoughts and emotions, a vital skill for balanced living. How can you bring calm into your day? What might change if you approached challenges with a calm mind? 45. Nurture curiosity. Curiosity in Stoicism is about seeking knowledge and understanding, driven by a desire to grow. Do you approach life with an open mind, eager to learn and explore? Stoicism values curiosity as the path to wisdom, reminding us that there is always more to discover. Curiosity keeps our minds sharp and our hearts open, fostering a humble acceptance that we don't know everything. A Stoic views life as a continuous journey of learning, where each experience offers insight. By nurturing curiosity, we expand our horizons and enrich our understanding of the world. What are you curious about today? How might curiosity bring new perspectives into your life? 46. Empower yourself. Empowerment in Stoicism is about recognizing your own abilities and using them to make a positive impact. Do you often doubt your capacity to effect change, or do you trust in your strengths? Stoicism teaches that we are all equipped with the potential to rise above challenges and create meaningful change in our lives. Empowering yourself doesn't mean seeking control over others. It's about embracing responsibility for your choices. Through self-belief and courage, we unlock the power within us to grow and thrive. The Stoic understands that true power lies in mastering oneself and contributing positively to the world. How can you empower yourself today? What strengths can you tap into to make a difference? 47. Embrace resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is a Stoic trait, the ability to adapt and find creative solutions in the face of obstacles. Do you give up when things get difficult, or do you search for alternatives? Stoicism encourages us to see limitations as invitations to innovate, making the most of what we have. By being resourceful, we cultivate resilience and flexibility, learning to navigate life's unpredictability with confidence. Resourcefulness teaches us that we don't need perfect conditions to succeed. Instead, we can thrive within the constraints we're given. A Stoic knows that every challenge holds an opportunity for growth. What resources are available to you right now? How can you make the most of them to overcome a current challenge? 48. Allow vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as weakness, yet Stoicism recognizes it as a path to genuine connection. Do you let people see your true self, or do you guard yourself with a protective shield? Stoicism teaches that vulnerability fosters trust and deepens relationships, allowing others to connect with us on a meaningful level. Allowing vulnerability means embracing our imperfections and sharing our authentic selves. It's a brave act, opening the door to empathy and understanding. A Stoic understands that real strength lies in the courage to be open, accepting both the risks and the rewards of genuine connection. Who can you be vulnerable with today? How might embracing vulnerability deepen your relationships? 49. Cultivate balance in mind, body, and spirit. Stoicism encourages a holistic approach to well-being, balancing mind, body, and spirit for a fulfilling life. Do you prioritize one aspect of yourself at the expense of others, or do you strive for harmony? True Stoic balance is about nurturing all dimensions of our being, fostering overall health and resilience. By taking care of each aspect, mental, physical, and spiritual, we create a strong foundation for resilience. A balanced life allows us to approach challenges with clarity, physical strength, and inner peace. The Stoic understands that harmony within reflects outwardly, shaping how we engage with the world. How can you nurture balance in your life today? What small steps might bring greater harmony to your mind, body, and spirit? 50. Practice mindful consumption. In Stoicism, mindful consumption is about making choices that align with our values and respect our well-being. Do you consume mindlessly, or do you consider the impact of what you take in, be it food, media, or products? Stoicism encourages us to choose wisely, knowing that our consumption shapes our mind and character. Mindful consumption helps us avoid distractions and fosters a sense of purpose, focusing only on what nourishes our body, mind, and soul. By consuming mindfully, we lead a life aligned with Stoic principles, unburdened by excess and filled with intentional choices. What will you consume mindfully today? How might this conscious approach enhance your well-being? As we reach the end of these 50 Stoic principles, take a moment to reflect on the lessons that resonate most. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom to navigate life with resilience, clarity, and purpose. These principles are not mere rules, but invitations to transform how we live, helping us find strength within and cultivate a life rich in meaning. If you found these Stoic insights valuable, consider sharing your reflections in the comments below. What principle spoke to you most? Let us know, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this journey of Stoic wisdom with others. May Stoicism be a guiding light on your path to a fulfilling life. Thank you for being here, and may you find peace and purpose in each step forward.